it's Cynda Sales, and welcome to our weekly Cynda Sales coaching. Today we're going to talk about why real estate agents fail. It's one of those things that a lot of people search on Google, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why. After 25 years of working with real estate agents, I've got a pretty good handle on how come they do not succeed. Number one is they do not have enough money to survive. So they get into this business, they have the expectation that they're going to immediately start making money. Well, sometimes that happens. If you join a team, that may happen. But most of the time, you don't. And so you need to have at least 6 months of savings saved back that you can live off of until you get your business going. And you need to actually have a little more cushion than that, because you are going to need to spend some money to get started in this business. It usually costs, here in Kansas City, it's about $2,000 to $2,500 just to get your license, get enlisted in the board, and get everything going. Number two is you have false expectations, and that just means that people watch HGTV. That's really what I can say. They watch too much of it. And so they think that real estate is glamorous. Well, you can be glamorous if you have beautiful clothing and beautiful jewelry. That's about as glamorous as you're going to get in real estate. So be ready to work like a dog and to get down on your hands and knees a lot of time, digging around in a crawl space, or walking into a property where there's frogs living in the sink. There's all kinds of different things, but I wouldn't say that it's really glamorous. I think that a lot of people think, again, that there is a lot of money to be made in real estate right off the bat, and that's not the case. There is money to be made in real estate, but it takes a lot of experience, a lot of hard work to get there. Number three is many of the agents that fail will not learn and follow the basics. And the basics of real estate are to lead generate, which means you have to talk to people. There are certain activities that you have to do on a daily basis in order to get people to work with you. They're not just dripping off the sidewalks when you're walking down the street. They're not just there saying, "Oh, it's a realtor. Let me buy a home from you." It doesn't work that way. So follow the basics, learn the basics, get the training, and go through the steps. And you need to treat it like a job. You come in and you work 8 hours a day, because you're going to work that 8 hours a day building that foundation, which is going to help you be able to have a little bit more balance as time goes on as you build that business. That falls right into not being willing to put in the time and effort. So I got into real estate thinking that I had 3 little kids, and it was going to be flexible. I was going to have so much flexibility. I didn't have any flexibility, because what I realized was, number one, I was working 8 hours trying to start talking to people, getting people to work with me, reaching out, so there was 8 hours of that. And then when I did get a buyer, I was showing that buyer at night, on the weekends. So I work, or realtors work, when our clients don't, right? So they're working, and you step in after they get off of work, and you show them, or you list properties, or whatever those activities are. So you've got to put in the time and the effort, and it's going to be hard. I want you to know it's going to be hard. It's rewarding, but it's going to be hard. And then I think another big thing that I see is, I had an agent this morning just ask me, he said, what do I do? What do I do to get more business? And I was kind of like, okay, we talked about this. Get on the phone, people. So in my worst years, during the recession, which I was hanging on to the edge of the toilet bowl, ready to be flushed because things were bad, I didn't like talking on the phone either. But I did have a database. I did have what we call a COI. So that is my center of influence, people that I knew that I had done work with. And what I did was I started with A. I got on the phone and I called Mrs. A, and I said, "Do you know of anybody that needs to buy or sell a house right now?" And she said, "Well, as a matter of fact, I do." Really? It was awesome. So it took me 3 months, but I went through there were 600 names, and I went through every single name on my list, and I called every single one, and it got me, jump-started me and got me going again to get me through the recession. So get on the phone. Don't be afraid to talk to people. Make it easy on yourself. Don't stress out about it. Just ask them if they know of anybody. Do you know anybody at work, anybody at church? If you don't think of anybody right now, call me if you do. And do you mind if I call you back in a few months to see how things are going? It's not that hard. And then lastly is be sure and stay persistent and consistent with what you do, because this is sales. There is a skill set here that you will need to learn. And if you get into the right kind of training, the right kind of coaching, you can succeed at a high level. So thanks for stopping by today, and have a great day. Call me if you have any questions, 816-365-9807, or you can visit me on my email at Cynda@cyndasales.com. Have a great day.